ButcherBox, the finest quality meat in the land. I actually just received my own box right before I came here, actually.
What did it include?
Oh, I mean, wild-caught salmon, pasture-raised chicken, organic, I mean, the highest quality stuff, various cuts of meat.
Okay.
Dude, it's always a fantastic surprise when the ButcherBox arrives at your doorstep. It just hits different. And I think that's the allure of ButcherBox specifically, is that this is the highest quality meat that you can find around, but it gets delivered right to your door. And so considering their prices, the number of cuts they have, it's just absolutely fantastic.
Sweet.
What do you think about ButcherBox?
I love it. I think they're throwing a sick deal right now, which if you use our code, 2 a.m. podcast, all caps, at butcherbox.com.
I think you get a free cut of either wild-caught salmon, beef, or chicken included in every box for the next year.
That's a sweet deal, guys.
Plus $20 off. Come on.
Yeah. If you're interested, go ahead and check them out at butcherbox.com. Don't forget to use code 2am podcast. Our next one, which is by far one of our favorites, Rarebird Coffee. What is a morning without coffee? It is not a morning.
Not a morning at all.
It is hell. And what's even more hell is when you have coffee on the wrong day, wrong time, with the wrong sleep quality. What tends to happen is you get anxious, you get jittery. Nobody wants that, right? So we start to avoid coffee, but oh, it tastes so good. Well, Rarebird's there to fix it for you.
Can you imagine drinking coffee at 7 p.m.? Trying to go to bed? Regular coffee at least?
I mean, I'm Arab, dude. It happens.
It happens.
I'm sorry, but it happens.
But Rarebird is a solution for that.
Yeah, paraxanthine coffee. If you haven't heard of it, paraxanthine is a metabolite of caffeine. Therefore, it has already been metabolized. So you don't get any of the nasty effects that coffee can have on you, like anxiety, jitters, or lack of sleep. You can have it any time of the day. It's awesome.
Code 2am at checkout for that. Get some savings, get you some paraxanthine Rarebird coffee.
Rarebird.coffee.
And then we got the good old Ekster, one of our favorites. Those beautiful, sleek carbon fiber wallets that you pull out anywhere, turn heads.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They're cool. I have a lot of people asking about them, especially the Parliament wallet, because they look super classy with the leather.
They've got all sorts too.
Yeah, they got awesome things and accessories like bags, travel bags.
Dude, the bags are a different quality too. Yeah. The duffel bags, you can put your boots on the bottom, all your clothes and everything that you need. It's just different.
Yeah. Thank you, Ekster. They're our longest sponsor. But yeah, we love their stuff. Besides them being a sponsor, that's why we started working with them to begin with. If you are interested, they make good gifts for your spouse, husband, boyfriend. Go ahead and check them out at Ekster.com. Use code 2am to save some money.
Yeah, baby. Into the episode. Picking some nice boysenberries there.
Yeah. Dude.
Nature provides its food, dude.
It does, dude. I'm starving right now. Too bad we have to film this episode. Oh, hey, guys.
Oh.
Didn't know we were recording hard.
Damn, you were talking bad about our followers?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nah.
Just kidding. We love you guys. It's a nice day out. It's a crisp 90 degrees.
You might be wondering where we are, too.
Yeah.
We don't even know where we are, to be honest. We just dropped down here.
Listen, guys, we just found some shade, and we were like, let's just post up here and record. We are missing a studio, and we have to make our own at this point.
Which has been a lot of fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, this Nomad thing, it's going pretty well.
The Boy Scout podcast.
The Boy Scout.
Except
that could be a name of a podcast.
Yeah, we're not starting any fires here or anything.
No.
It's a little too dry, but
yeah, we might burn down the entire county if we started one.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God. Dude, speaking of burning down the county, it's not even funny, okay? What happened was the last weekend, there's been a fire that got reignited again. A lot of people lost their homes, and they're $1 million plus homes. That's what's insane.
Making me feel bad now.
Oh yeah, but it's, at first, the news said it was a brush fire, which is pretty common during this time of the year, right? But it wasn't. As updates came out, it was teenagers with fireworks.
Are you serious?
Considering it's still July, yeah.
Where was this?
Riverside County. I think it was near Lake Matthews. Is it El Camino, El Sobrante? I don't know. Riverside
You always
County.
count on teenagers to mess things up, huh?
Yeah, Riverside County, dude. I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks, you know? I feel like a lot of it is going to end up changing like home insurance policies in California due to fires, especially if they're, the people are liable for it. You know, when it's all nature cause, I feel like it's a lot smoother.
Well, I mean, that's like
for lawmaking. But
that's certainly one reason. I think that a large part of the wildfires or the problem around them has been, what's a specific electric company?
Edison?
I think it's Edison. I could be wrong.
Well, I think that's the only electric company. I don't know, unless it's like Tesla Energy.
Either way, I mean, I know they had faulty wires all throughout like the mountains and stuff, and that's been a big problem. And then you have the fact that I guess the cleanup crews within the forest are not actually clearing the dead brush, and so it just keeps rising on top of one another, and then from there you just have a recipe for a wildfire, especially with this heat.
Yeah. It's not fun. I'm sure everyone's heard about the California fires. And so throughout all of California, it's not just the South. Can be pretty disastrous. I mean, this was like, 7 years ago now, at my old community in Corona, California, where we got the evacuation call, and the fire was literally at the brim of our mountain.
That's so scary.
Yeah, off Green River. And I remember the family was like, I was in Orange County. They were at home. They got the evacuation call. They headed to San Diego side to spend a couple nights until we got the call to come back, essentially. But the panic and the reality shift is insane, because you're like, okay, what matters now? It's kind of like you were faced with that question where if your house is burning, what do you grab first?
Yeah.
And the jokes are, oh, my PC or my...
Yeah, okay.
Trust me, you're not running for your PC, maybe a hard drive, right? I mean, if you're smart like me, where you have things
If you're you, your hard drive.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
my hard drive. Like fuck a PC, I'll buy one.
Yeah.
But data, you need that stuff, like, especially if you rely on it for work and stuff, you need it. Unfortunately, my entire income outlet is pure media, so it's like...
So it's important for you, obviously, yeah.
You grab your hard drive.
But most people, I mean, they don't really need that.
My parents' request was like, yo, grab the gold, the passports, and social securities, and like all that stuff, and just wrap it up in a blanket, just bring it.
Which begs the question, I think people should just be prepared from that standpoint. I mean, just have everything in one place, or put it in a bug out bag.
Yeah.
And so you can just grab the bag and leave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember police officers were like outside the community letting people not come in. And I was just like, listen, man, I spent 3 hours in traffic. It seems pretty calm for me, to go in there and just grab some important things. It'll be 2 minutes. You can chauffeur me if you want. He asked the supervisor. They let me go in. I went into the house super quick, like 5 minutes, not even kidding. Running, sweating. You can't breathe, technically, because it's just like, you're in a blob of smoke, especially when you're that close to a fire.
Yeah.
You can feel the heat slightly. And, it has like this doomsday orangey hue, and it's gray at the same time. That's what...
Is it kind of like Blade Runner 2049?
Yeah.
Scene?
Yeah, it's like dystopian,
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell's going on? I can't even recognize my neighbor's houses right now, let alone my own. I remember like that rush was crazy. I've never obviously experienced anything like that, so it was... I'd say probably from my perspective, it was cool. It's cool to experience it.
I mean, yeah.
Even though it's scary, some people might panic, but...
The crazy thing is that with a wildfire that's coming out from the horizon, it's just like, I mean, obviously it's not predictable. It all depends on the wind and the direction of the wind and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about it is that for the most part, you have some time before you can actually, you can prepare. Whereas if it's a serious earthquake, you can't prepare for shit, dude. No. You're going crazy. If you're by the ocean and a tsunami comes, maybe you have a little bit of time if you hear it, a little bit prior, but that's the crazy thing about wildfires, man. It's just like you can see this thing coming your way, and it's such a destructive force.
It's crazy, dude. I don't know. The world is nuts. The older I get, the more I'm like, dude, what the hell is reality? Like, I know I've been asking that for like 4 years straight.
That's why you watch Alan Watts on repeat.
Yeah, but like, what is it, dude? You can listen to Alan Watts all day, but like, it's still like, it's when you do math with everything in life, you know, the synchronicities and things that happen. Like you cannot, like there are things that are so perfect you can't plan, right? And you're just like, what the hell is this simulation, you know? And then you look into religions where it tells you you've lived this before, technically, as a soul, right? And now it's just you rewind the tape and you press play again. So that's why things feel familiar or whatever, you know? Deja vu, that's what deja vu is, you know? Like, oh, I've lived this before. You may not have lived this exact moment, but also in an alternate reality you may have. Not as a human, but as a soul. I don't know.
Or maybe in your dreams, I don't know.
It's crazy. So like knowing all this information that's available everywhere, right? From like religion to just like straight up reality talks, philosophy.
Yeah. Well,
Has your mind wandering?
it's almost at a point where if you try to analyze it to any degree, you're not going to get anywhere. Like it's just this never-ending.
Just live it out.
Yeah, you just live
It's
it out.
a black hole.
Exactly.
Right? And then there is a physical black hole in space too, which has its own other life, I guess.
Depending on your perspective, you might not think black holes are real.
I guess. I don't know.
It's like the flat earthers.
Dude, I don't know. It's kind of nuts out here.
Dude, I made a goof move yesterday.
What did you do?
You know those moments where you just make like a stupid ass move, like you hit yourself in the wrong way, you like just slam your finger on the door or something. So we have a slider door towards the, you know, as you head into the backyard. And I was talking to Kara, and I just turned quickly. I turned quickly to go outside because I was sunbathing. And I smack my forehead on the edge of the slider door.
What the hell?
You might even be able to see the
see
red
that
mark.
mark.
Yeah. Dude, it welted up. It was crazy.
Did you ice it?
I just went sunbathing.
God,
This is my solution.
Ice? I go for heat, baby.
But it's one of those things where you're like, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah. I mean, dude, it happens to all of us.
Might not have helped that I was caffeinated. I was kind of like on the ADHD spectrum, trying to get to things quickly.
Yeah.
But I just smacked my head on the corner of the sliding door. I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, it's not even about the pain. It's that you feel like a stupid dumbass, you know?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, you're like, wow, bro, in front of my family, too.
Oh, and they could hear everything, too. They saw the entire thing.
Yeah.
I wish I got it on video.
Oh, my God.
You can just hear the thump of my forehead hitting the...
Was she laughing, or was she like, oh, my God, babe, are you okay?
Everyone was laughing.
Oh,
I was laughing, too.
You're like, stupid
It hurt.
idiot. Yeah.
It did hurt.
But laughing helps.
Yeah. And then I think last week as well, we bought a little playpen for Enzo.
Yeah.
And you have to it's kind of like a hurdle. You have to put one leg over the other to get over it. And my leg just got caught, and I fell to the ground. I was like, what's going on here?
You're almost 30, my friend. That's what's going on.
Nah, man, my agility is excellent, but sometimes that shit just happens.
Yeah, I know. I feel you.
Just make a goof of yourself.
I mean, the worst thing is like, honestly, when you stub your toe really hard to the brink of like you literally thought you broke it.
I had one of those a month ago too.
Yeah, I had one, like till this day it hurts. This was 7 months ago, maybe 8 months. Like it's within the year, right? It was a while ago though. I hit my pinky toe so damn hard on a shelf, and it was one of those like heavy shelves, and it was a bookshelf. Sorry, people were like, "How the hell were you kicking the air?" It was a bookshelf, so it was like the bottom of it, you know.
No.
And bam, and I'm like, you know those like pains where you're talking like this, and you're like, fuck. Yeah. It reminds me of that meme where it's just like when a Christian person stubs their toe, and they're like, "Fuck!" It's like, what does being a Christian have to do with it? They still react like a human.
I don't know. That is the worst feeling. There's a good minute of pain there where it's just like, get me out of this,
dude.
Chop my toe off. I don't care. It hurts so much.
Dude, I don't know, man, but like whenever I face pain like that, it's like I literally wrap my thumb and I freaking just.
Well, there's a theory. I think it's a validated theory as well, to where if you cuss in a moment of extreme pain, it actually helps reduce pain. It makes you more resilient to pain.
I can see that. Energy disperse.
I mean, think about it. Why does everyone intuitively want to cuss?
Yeah.
After they've gone through a lot of pain like that.
Well, it's also that we generally cuss. So it's probably one of the first things that are going to come out.
Potentially, depending on the person. Yeah. I'm guilty.
Shucksy doodle.
Son of a biscuit.
Motherless goat.
Motherless goat?
Yeah. You haven't heard that one?
No, that's an interesting
one. Bro, that's how you know I'm 94, baby. Crazy.
Bro, 30 is young.
Yeah.
Relax.
I know.
Everyone thinks 30 is old. It's like not even
old, dude.
halfway into your life.
Nah, bro, it's not old. It's just like I feel like I'm finally like the adult, you know? That's how it is.
And it's not even your prime, too. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
For men, it's not even your prime if you do things right.
Prime is what, like 42?
I'm a firm believer that the 40s is the prime, yeah.
Yeah, I see it a lot. Especially
financially, I mean, physically, if you take care of yourself, everything.
Yeah.
Socially.
Yeah. From here on out, man, since 29, I devoted myself to never stop stretching.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped immensely, you know?
Yeah.
With all sort of pains. There's none of that stuff.
I need to do more mobility, dude.
Yeah.
But think about the amount of wisdom you gain from like 20 years old to 40. It's a lot of wisdom as a guy. If you're out in the world, you're doing things, you're actually on your purpose instead of, you know, staying at home munching on Cheetos and
Yeah, I
playing
mean,
video games.
I just start realizing that like the things that I thought were important and was clinging onto are the most BS things.
Like what?
You can think of. Like what? What's a good example?
I would say worry can be classified into that.
Yeah. Well, worrying about things, but what are those things? It's like worry. I can handle worry a lot more, like way better, you know, because it's not so much worry anymore. It's stress.
And we're used to
that. You can take on stress, you know, and the way you disperse stress, you've gotten better at it as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can take pain, you can take worry. You could take a lot of things, and it's not like when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, you feel like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? You're in a panic just because you're worried, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? And you take all considerations. Like, it could be like, I used to take friendships very seriously, you know? And now I realize friends, like the word friend is a golden word, you know? Not everybody's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You can know a lot of people, right? But who is your friend? Your friend is probably someone you can completely trust, first of all, with everything from either telling him something and him not relaying it to anyone, you know? Someone that's going to tell you when you're absolutely wrong.
Or you can give them a boatload of money to hold on for you, and they'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all different types of examples.
And there's different types of trust, too.
Mm.
You know? So you can have friends for, I mean, I think every individual is going to have like a benefit in some sort of way. You know, like there's a person you can tell the secrets to, or you can vent to them, and they'll tell you straight up. Like, you either have a false thinking, you need to fix that, or they'll straight up tell you that you're fat, you need to start working out, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see you like this.
Yeah.
Hard truth shit. That's one type of friend. There's the other friend where...
it's like you're literally just hanging out every once in a while on the weekend.
There's the reliable friend. There's the one where you just like, let's just say you have to move next week. Who's there to help you? Boom,
True.
right there.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna, like, he'll change his schedule to make it fit to help, you know?
I feel like a lot of people struggle with that because they don't consciously like label or put people into a category.
Yeah.
Like it sounds so trite, but I think you do have to put people into a category. And some people might say, oh, it's so judgmental of you, but listen, there are people who are reliable and there are people who are not. That's a category. You're either reliable or you're not.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, that's why when it comes down to convenience relationships, you guys aren't really friends. You guys get along.
Mm-hmm.
But are you a friend?
Yeah. Well, do you like the label best friend? Because I don't like that label.
No.
I think it places just one person above everyone else.
Yeah, you're either friends or not. I mean, you could be like, I mean, I could point to a person and be like, that's my best friend just because I've known him for so long or whatever, you know?
Sure.
But technically what you mean is that's my first friend. And it's been the longest relationship, so.
Ideally, you should be in a situation where all of your friends are your best friends.
We're good friends.
Yeah.
Not my best friend.
Best friend is like elementary school type shit,
I was about to say elementary, yeah.
This is my best friend of like 25 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah. What else? 30?
I don't know. I just-
You start to see like, okay, you've been through a lot of cycles, especially when it comes down to finances.
Yep.
You know, my financial portfolio used to worry about like, oh my God, what's gonna happen, dude? I need to pay rent. I need to do this. I'm not making money. Like, oh, what do I do? You know, you start panicking, right? And now you've seen all the loops in the world. Since I turned 30, that means I've been through like 10 to 15 years of hell when it comes down to finances. You know,
Gone to zero a lot of times.
yeah.
Debt.
So like,
Yep.
what's the loop? I still was able to make it out. Things happened, you know, throughout my journey when I was panicking, and it would be like at the very last moment, like just say a day before I get an eviction notice. Something happens to where like I get a gig, or someone like reaches out their hand and is like, oh, I'm looking for someone to, I don't know, print me a flyer.
Dude, that part
Or
is so
something.
true. The amount of times that you're almost saved by an opportunity when you're down to zero, that is so true.
Yeah. So what am I worrying about? I think you just have to trust the time, the process of it, trust yourself. And when it happens on loops so often, you start to realize that is the pattern.
Yeah.
You know how like there's a pattern right now where it's a trendy pattern, but it's like, oh, you talk to a girl, right? 3 months in, you guys love each other, suddenly starts ghosting you, right? You guys break up, and it goes back to talking stage to another one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's a loop. You've recognized that loop, right? Even though it's a trendy, stupid ass loop, but it's another cycle. It's just like, it's another life cycle. And when you start realizing that, I feel like it solidifies in your head, you know? Like there's really nothing for me to ever worry about. I'm breathing, right? I got a chair. I got a fridge full of food. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
relatively speaking, compared to a lot of other people in the world, you're pretty well off.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
What do I have to complain about? I shouldn't be worried right now, you know? Like real worry is like when I see my family in Gaza, right?
Yeah, that's
And they're just
real.
like, dude, we can't afford flour, and if we do, we're baking this on a makeshift homemade DIY grill with scrap charcoal
That's survival right there.
on a rooftop that's been like half blown up.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell, you know? If they're able to call me and be like, oh, like how's work and all that, I'm like, dude, let's not focus on me, let's focus on you. They're like, no, we want to escape our reality. Just tell us how you're doing.
Damn.
That puts you in like a kind of,
It's like in between because you're like grateful for what you have, but then you feel shitty for
what
the
I have.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. For what you basically you're in a paradox zone.
Yeah. But that's just how it is. That's the reality of it. So it's like, I better start counting my blessings. And I feel like that's what generally happens as you get older, is that your gratitude rises, especially with the amount of pain you face in your life, which matured you into the way that you are calm, responsive, responsible, collected. You should have your own personality by now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, you should have had that at like 25, to be honest, or 20.
Yeah.
But everyone's on their own timeline. I guess one question that comes to mind is what is the difference between you at 20 versus you at 30, or even you at 25 and you at 30 in regards to how people treat you? Because that's a big one. I feel like after 26, 27, for men specifically, people start to treat you differently.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it, but
I mean, if you're on your
it's a
stuff,
lot
you
more,
have more respect.
It's a more serious tone, for sure. You know, and there's a lot of expectations, obviously.
Mm.
It's not even an expectation. It's like, this is who he is now. It's more like, it's funny because this is how I see it, right? From conversation to conversation, especially with strangers, or people that I meet for the first time. It used to go like, oh, what school did you go to? You know, what are you majoring in? Stuff like that. Now it's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, awesome, amazing. Oh, great, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a blah, blah, blah engineer at yada, yada company.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, and I do this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, let's connect, you know? And then when you connect, it's not about hanging out. It's about B2B, business to business.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
People understand that you've gone through the adolescent stage and you've, probably graduated from college if you went down the
how to
road.
explain it, but like even, it's almost like you're an uncle to everyone at this point. That's really the treatment that you get, you're just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's going to be interesting when we're 40.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine a world when what it's going to look like when we're 40.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even being playful is different when you're, like, with people you've known forever, and then let's just say you've grown into your 30s. Being playful is different. Joking around is different.
Like what? There's a limit to it?
There's like a boundary for you not to be childish, and you can't. I mean, like, I could be childish if I'm like playing with a little kid or whatever, I'm not gonna be ultra stupid, but like, you know what I mean by childish.
Yeah, yeah.
Like whatever.
Sure.
That kind of stuff. But
Goo goo gaga.
yeah. Start playing with toys, whatever, Get back into Legos.
Yeah, but there's a point where like you're 26, 27, 28 and you do some like objectively stupid shit.
Yeah.
You're just like, we did this when we were 22. Why are you still doing this?
Yeah. You guys are acting like 16-year-olds.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
And we have our moments.
Yeah.
We do have our moments, but I mean, there's a fine line.
Of course, but we catch it and we're like, why are we like this? Like,
do I have ADHD?
I think that just has to do with ultra comfort.
Sure.
Like you're super comfortable at the moment, and you're just being truly your weird self.
Mm-hmm.
But
what a beautiful day.
It is a nice day.
We got a pretty killer view.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Soak up some fresh oxygen.
Yeah, man. I just found out my septum has been deviated.
I thought you've always had a deviated septum.
No, I didn't know. I suspected it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you've been officially diagnosed.
That nose hit during volleyball.
Was I
Someone punched
there?
me square in the face. No, you weren't there.
I mean, we've had him on the pod.
Like
You can say his name.
Yeah, 6 to 12. Fucking. If you guys have seen the episode with Aus Salahuddin, yeah, he punched me right in the face. I mean, he apologized for it immediately. He's like, "Oh shoot, like I'm so sorry, my bad." Like, you good? And I was like, I wasn't good for like 2 minutes. I had to like kind of just like, I was gonna say take a breather, but it was like a mouth breather at that point. I was like, damn, bro, and like you just start seeing birds.
You get hurt way too much, dude.
Yeah, it was fine. I continued playing and everything, but when I got home, I realized like I felt like I was swollen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the hit like really just took a toll, and I felt like my breathing was off since then.
Dude, life sucks when your breathing is off.
Yeah.
Anything with the nose.
Yeah.
Even down to like jaw structure, and if you have like too small of a jaw for your teeth and all that, like it's not a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, I was waking up and I realized I had a lot of brain fog when I woke up, and I would have to physically like open up the nostril and just like breathe, bro. Like I'd find a position for it and I'd just be like, all right, it opened now. Like great,
Yeah.
And then I put it back and it was just like all over again.
Oh,
and I'm like, dude,
oxygen.
come on, bro. So I got it checked. The doctor was like, yeah, you have a deviated septum. It's pretty far to the right. I'm like, damn.
How are they gonna fix that?
You got to go through an operation. They put you to sleep, and then they kind of fix it internally. So there's no cuts or anything.
You just crack your nose back into place?
Yeah.
Oof.
They don't crack it. It's not broken, thank God. It's just the septum is misaligned.
Interesting.
So it's supposed to go down the middle, and it deviated to the right. So it's blocking a path for the air.
You ever seen those videos where they have those like mini balloons that they manually pump up?
Yeah.
They put it into the nose and
It
then
apparently like cracks your chiropractic.
That sounds horrible. I want to do it, but that sounds horrible.
Yeah. Probably a weird pain.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Ugh.
Like the type of pain of getting that freaking swab
Yeah.
during the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah. Ugh.
I wish I
Ugh.
never got that shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
sticking
I
right
regret
up
it.
into your brain.
Yeah, I regret it every time, but it's all good.
Yeah.
We just bounce back, baby.
That's the 2 a.m. podcast, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We are out here, literally
Literally.
and figuratively. And we are enjoying this nomad phase of the podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like,
Just bought these new chairs for $10 a piece.
hell yeah, dude. Anyway, guys, before we go, we'd like to have you smile.
Say cheese.
There it is. Thank you guys for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us on YouTube at the 2 a.m. Podcast. We're available on X at 2 a.m. Pod. We are also available on Instagram at the 2 a.m. Podcast. Go ahead and find us there. If you really enjoy this, which some people do.
5-star
I
rating
still
on
don't
Spotify.
believe people really enjoy this, but if they do, 5-star rating on Spotify. You guys heard it. Thank you so much for joining us. We will catch you next time at the next scene.
Enjoy.
Peace.
Peace.